I need some help with this.
Dude. And others probably were confused. That juror number 25 was just the most honest.
Yeah, juror 25 is the only one who's like, I don't understand any of this.
Let's face it. I think I would be confusing what the legal terms were.
But they may come back as early as this morning sometime with the full deal. So we may the saga of Diddy may be over today, or just beginning. Who knows?
I can't wait till the movie.
Well,
there will be.
There's already a documentary out on.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I've been down the rabbit hole of a few documentaries.
Right. New to the movies this weekend, it's Jurassic World Rebirth. This is 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. The planet's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs. Those remaining exist in isolated environments with climate resembling the one in which they once thrived. The three most colossal creatures within that tropical biosphere hold the key to a drug that will bring miraculous, life-saving benefits to humankind.
But really, what it all boils down to is Jeff Goldblum. Is he going to be a part of it?
No, Scarlett Johansson is in this one.
Oh, well, I like her.
Yeah, and I don't know who the others are. Rupert Friend is somebody else that's in it. All the critics are saying it's good, so...
It's nothing like that original one, though.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
But I've seen the previews, and it looks like this one will be good. I like the whole Jurassic
I do, too.
Stuff.
Yeah.
They've done a good job with that as far as the multiple.
Making it seem really real, too.
Well, not just that. So many times there's a movie franchise.
Yeah. And they're not good.
And as they go along, they start to get worse.
But they've done really
Jurassic
good.
Park hadn't done that.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings didn't do it either. I thought Lord of the Rings did a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Of keeping the story going. Because I don't like them jumping around. I don't.
You don't like the prequels.
I don't like the prequels.
We've seen the
right.
The main story. Then
That's
they'll
right.
go back. Let's back up a bit and go to how it all started. I want it in order.
Exactly. And that's why I never could get behind Star Wars.
And that's why we can't be on the jury.
And that's why we can't be on the P. Diddy jury right there for sure.
We'd be confused.
So that's about that seems to be the biggest movie coming out this weekend. So if you're not into fireworks or hot,
I'm not into hot, but then I'll sit through it for the fireworks.
Then this might be good to go to the movies, sit in some air conditioning, and watch some Jurassic Park this weekend.
I'll do that after fireworks.
Yeah.
Not the same day, but.
No. Coming up, we've got The Real Good. That's here in just a little bit. And then right after that, we'll get into Ask Sheila. Sheila's gotten 5 right so far and having a good week, even though it's going to be a short week. So we'll see what kind of top score we can get to.
There's no way to practice for it, though.
No.
Because you never know what set of questions is going to be. Right. I mean, Jeopardy, people practice for it, but this is no Jeopardy.
No.
This is not smart questions.
It's harder than Jeopardy.
Because it's really, we can say a theme, but a lot of times it doesn't have a theme. It's just,
Yeah. Jeopardy pales in comparison of what we do.
Ask Jason and Ask Sheila.
Absolutely. Pales in comparison. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-Window-1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. We're finally done with daily storm chances, at least for a little while. Skies will be mostly sunny today with highs in the mid-80s. We won't be quite as muggy as we've been lately with dew points in the 60s. Patchy fog will develop overnight with lows in the low to mid-60s. Thursday will be sunny with highs in the mid-upper 80s. Our 4th of July forecast this Friday is shaping up to be dry and hot with highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s under a sunny sky. We'll continue to see sunny skies through this weekend with highs in lower 90s. Daily chances for rain and storms will creep back into the forecast at the start of next week. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
It's 107.7 Grace FM.
And Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And it's Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July. And we're excited to again be the official radio partner of Red, White, and Boom, the largest event in the region and still on the largest radio stations in the region.
Did you know this is the 11th annual Red, White, and Boom? Not to mention, it's the second biggest 4th of July fireworks show in the state of Tennessee. This will be at the original Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson Avenue. And this will be the biggest Red, White, and Boom ever.
Plus live music with Slippery When Wet, America's best Bon Jovi tribute band, plus food trucks, a vendor market, the U.S. military, and family-friendly events going on as we count down to the fireworks on America's birthday.
And you can hear this year's fireworks soundtrack exclusively on your hometown favorites. 94.7, The Country Giant, and 98.5, KISS FM. And you can watch all the action on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And don't forget, as always, it's coming up Friday, July 4th.
And we want you and your family there.
It's right here with Better Cookeville, Cookeville Communications, and 107.7 Grace FM, and on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
Happy 4th of July.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. It's brought to you by our friend Elevate.
A high today around 85. We've got 68 at the moment.
Yeah, some fog early this morning. I imagine it's just the sun's out. It's starting to burn some of that off. But if you normally drive through a foggy spot, it's going to be foggy today.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Great job, Jason.
Should have been a weatherman. Every day, me and Sheila, we go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that's positive and uplifting, and we call it
The Real Good.
When members of United Metropolitan Missionary Baptist Church in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, heard that foster kids often carry their belongings in trash bags, they were inspired to act. The Active Adult Ministry Group at the church donated 50 duffel bags to foster kids in the community. Each bag comes with a name tag. It's filled with personal items. The goal was to make the duffel bags more than just luggage. Instead, the donation was a message that somebody sees them, values them, and wants them to succeed even when things get bumpy.
I love it.
The church group delivered the duffel bags to social service group that works closely with foster kids in the foster system to make sure the stuff got into the hands of those who really needed it. With this project behind them, the church group is now looking to grow their partnership with social services and are even looking to partner with other churches and charity groups to expand the project. That is really good.
Yes, it is. I have heard that before. Some other groups, there's a lot of foster children that they do have to carry their belongings in trash bags, so they try to give them suitcases or backpacks. And
when they were over here from the foster closet, they were telling us about that, and it was just heartbreaking.
It is.
So I love this idea. That's great. Another real good story in Dublin, Ireland. A truck driver named Tomas was rolling through his rounds when he spotted a building on fire. He could see that one man had jumped from the building and had injured himself. Tomas also saw that there was a second man trapped on the second floor. So he reacted quickly, backing his semi right up to the building so the man trapped on the second floor could jump onto the trailer roof and get away from the fire without getting hurt. The man made the jump, and Tomas calmly waited in case anyone else needed help. It didn't take long for the Dublin Fire Department to arrive. So then Tomas could pull away and continue with his deliveries for the day.
Good job, Tomas.
I think I'll stop and save some people from this fire.
No.
I guess I'll go ahead and finish my deliveries today.
See, I mean, above and beyond.
I like Tomas.
Above and beyond. He's great. We need more Tomases.
Tomas is the man.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Sheila.
All right.
Oh, to the Baptist Church and to Tomas, y'all are
Real good.
All right, let me get over here to the questions here, Sheila. I'm not prepared.
It's okay.
Let me peruse and see what the theme is.
Peruse. The word of the day for Jason.
Looks like married people.
Married people.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm a married person.
So you should be good at this.
We'll find out.
Only about 15% of married women say they regularly do this for their spouse. What is it? Only about 15% of married women say they regularly do this for their spouse. What is it? And it ain't that.
Massage their toes and feet. Or just massage in general.
It's a little bit more PG than that.
I wasn't being naughty.
I know, but it's not touchy-feely.
It's not touchy-feely, and only 15%.
Of married women say they do it regularly. They're not saying that you had never done it before, but just,
It's PG.
on the reg.
On the reg. Listen to you, sounded like the kiddos. I have no idea. Is there any other hint?
It's about eating. That's about the best I can do.
15%. I think more of us cook for them.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Making their favorite dish.
Picking up the check at a restaurant.
I wouldn't have got that.
No, I didn't figure.
I mean, I don't keep tabs.
Oh no, I'm not a big scorekeeper either about who does what.
Most of the time, Tim does pay, but it's out of our
right. That's what I'm
account.
saying. Once you're
Not a big
married,
deal.
does it matter?
No, it's like sometimes I'll get it because he don't want to get out his wallet.
Right,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't care. We're a team now.
Sometimes Donna likes to rack up points, like on her credit card or something, and she'll want to pay or something.
I gotcha.
But
We're all about those points.
yeah. So only 15% do it all the time, do it regularly. That's,
You men like doing that.
yeah, I think it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
And if you're married, who cares? It's coming out of the same
I kinda
bucket
like it when
anyway.
Tim does it.
All right, Sheila.
He's taking care of me. He's taking care of his little woman.
More than 30% of women
Okay.
say this food makes them think of their husbands.
A steak.
What is it? It's not steak.
Is it a veggie?
It is. It is. It's not meat at all, which shocked me
Yeah, because
because you women treat us men just like we're pieces of meat.
also, if I just cook vegetables for Tim, where's the meat?
So it
I
is.
gotta have meat.
It is a vegetable.
Meat and potatoes. I was thinking of. Is that right?
Potatoes is right.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, the main thing he likes is the meat and potatoes.
That's so insulting. More than 30% of women say that potatoes make them think of their husbands. Potatoes. So they're either baked or mashed.
Or potato chips or a couch potato.
I just guys, this isn't good. More
Tim
than 30%.
loves a good baked potato, though.
I like a good baked potato, but I don't want Donna to look at a baked potato and go,
that's my baby.
reminds me of Jason.
Yeah.
No.
I just threw out meat and potatoes, and then you reacted. So I was
In
like,
fact, I don't want to be known as any vegetable. I don't want Donna to look at any vegetable.
so you'd rather be known as a piece of meat?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, are you going to give that to me, or?
Yeah, of course I'm going to give you. You said potatoes.
Yeah, but I said steak and potatoes, or meat and potatoes, and then you did that face like, oh.
Well,
And I'm like, oh, did I say it?
you said it. So, I mean,
Okay, then.
if we're still playing Family
That was
Feud
like-
rules.
That was just throwing that out there.
All right. I think you'll get this one, Sheila.
Oh.
More than 20% of women admit they're more aroused by this than their significant other. What is it?
Shopping?
Well, shopping for
Clothes and handbags and shoes. Jewelry.
Shoes. New shoes. More than 20% of women admitted that they're more aroused by new shoes than they are their significant others.
Man, y'all got to get to work.
So
Y'all got to get to work to making us happy.
So here's what we've learned.
Y'all are potatoes.
We're potatoes.
And shoes are more important than y'all.
Yeah, at least. So if you know 10 women, 2 of them would rather have new shoes and think you're a potato.
That sounds about right.
That's crazy.
Well, guys, I love y'all. But
What are we?
sometimes
What
you're
are we?
not the most efficient as to knowing what a woman wants.
Well, I don't think y'all get it either.
Do we not?
This potato comment has got me.
This potato comment, that has really offended you.
All tore
I
up.
didn't say it, Jason.
Now, are there some guys that do look like potatoes? Yes.
I think it's because a lot of y'all are meat and potatoes guys, and that y'all love any kind of dish with
Don't
potatoes.
try to make it sound better right now.
Well, that's what I think, though. Meat and 3, y'all love that.
Well, it's true.
But I do too.
But a potato.
That's funny to me. Maybe it's a hot potato. I know that didn't even sound good. We were talking about your husband.
Maybe it's a sweet potato.
Oh,
I know.
that sounds nicer. No, that was fun.
Freedom Week is going on right now. It's brought to you by our friends here at Willow Window. Be sure to stop by and see us tonight. We'll be in Baxter for the Baxter Independence Day Blowout. It's with Life Church and several other churches. Is it the baseball team that's going to be doing the concessions tonight?
Yeah, I think it's one of the organizations at school.
Right. So
that goes to help the local students.
Right. So if you go out to Baxter tonight, be sure to visit the concession stand. Everything's free but the food and stuff.
Right.
Then stop by and see us. We'll be there. Willow Window will be there with some really cool American bags that you can take with you and do whatever you need. And then a little bit later on, we're going to talk to Ricky Shelton and Pyro shows about Red, White, and Boom. So can't wait to do that.
Find out about the boom.
Absolutely. How the boom is made.
Yeah.
Then coming up after 7, our friends from Elevate Real Estate, Lindsay and Elijah, will be coming in. They got a great story. Can't wait to find out about them.
Yeah.
I've seen them multiple times. I've never really gotten a chance just to talk to them. So this is going to be interesting. Looking forward to that. That's all coming up here after 7 o'clock here on Good Morning Cookeville. That's brought to you by Willow Window and Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
TRN News.
The mother of a man accused of bringing a gun into Memphis's criminal justice center is now facing charges herself. Police say 46-year-old Deshunda Owsley hid her son's cell phone after learning he was wanted for bringing an automatic weapon into the building. Investigators say she refused to cooperate and later took the phone to a relative's house to hide it. She's now charged with tampering with evidence. In Nashville, a 68-year-old man is facing arson charges after police say he intentionally set fires inside a downtown parking garage. Carl Blahnik allegedly admitted to lighting rolls of carpet on fire at the Holiday Inn Express garage. He's been held on a $95,000 bond. And Metro Police are investigating a home invasion shooting on Whites Creek Pike. A man told officers he was shot in the stomach while struggling with an armed intruder. His injuries are non-critical. The suspect fled the scene. I'm Travis Laird.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory was finding a career I can be proud of and supporting my family.
America's veterans are on their most important tour, the tour of their lives.
I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission to help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
I'm a veteran, and my victory was finishing my education.
DAV offers veterans of all generations a lifetime of support for victories great and small.
My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
My victory was getting my service dog a new best friend.
We help more than 1 million veterans every year as they face and conquer their challenges.
My victory is being able to be there for my family.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Healthcare access in Tennessee is under threat with 9 rural hospitals now at risk of closing under proposed federal budget cuts. Researchers say Medicaid cuts in President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill could put hospitals in Lebanon, Smithville, Sparta, and other communities in danger. Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital is also on that list. The Tennessee Justice Center calls it a wrecking ball, warning of a domino effect, losing hospitals, staff, pharmacies, even nursing homes. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the bill would cut over $1 trillion from Medicaid in the next decade. Governor Bill Lee says he supports the bill, but admits states will have to respond to whatever impact comes. Separately, confusion is brewing in Putnam County over immigration enforcement. ICE's website claims the county has joined a federal task force allowing local officers to stop and question people about immigration status. But the sheriff denies signing on. Immigration lawyers warn the program has a history of racial profiling and was previously shut down due to community distrust. I'm Travis Laird, Tennessee Radio Network News.
From the Cookeville Communications News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. The price for school lunch rising in Putnam County. The school board approved a 50-cent hike last week, taking high school student-paid lunches from $3 to $3.50, while K through 8 lunches will rise from $2.75 to $3.25. According to officials, those price increases stem from increases in food, labor, and equipment cost. Research Electronics International, or REI, has broken ground on a 36,000 square foot expansion in Putnam County. Chamber of Commerce officials say the expansion allows REI to support growth in engineering, production, and training. Founded in 1983, REI has become a leading manufacturer of electronic test equipment for security applications. It's the company's second expansion since 2002. Expect an increase in law enforcement patrols on area waterways this 4th of July holiday. The TWRA will once again be participating in Operation Dry Weather. Officials say it's a 3-day boating under the influence enforcement campaign that begins Friday statewide. That's the news from the Cookeville Communications News Center. I'm Rafferty Cleary.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. We're finally done with daily storm chances, at least for a little while. Skies will be mostly sunny today with highs in the mid-80s. We won't be quite as muggy as we've been lately with dew points in the 60s. Patchy fog will develop overnight with lows in the low to mid-60s. Thursday will be sunny with highs in the mid-upper 80s. Our 4th of July forecast this Friday is shaping up to be dry and hot with highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s under a sunny sky. We'll continue to see sunny skies through this weekend with highs in lower 90s. Daily chances for rain and storms will creep back into the forecast at the start of next week. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Wake up, Cookeville, it's a brand new day. Jason and Sheila got so much to say. From the heart of Putnam to the downtown streets, they're bringing you the buzz, the people you'll meet. Tuning dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's the place to go. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic and share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. From Festivals to fairs, local art to the games, they're keeping you connected, knowing all the names. With laughter and stories, the hour flies by. Jason and Sheila keep the good vibes high. Tune and dial up, let the stories flow. Good morning, Cookeville, it's a show to know. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. Oh, good morning, Cookeville. Every morning feels so bright with local voices by your side. Jason and Sheila keep it real. Cookeville's heartbeat you can feel. They're talking about the town, what's going on around. Events and news that make this county proud. With guests who take the mic, they share what's on their minds. Good morning, Cookeville, lighten up your life. So grab your coffee, start your day. Good morning, Cookeville's on the way.
Good morning, Cookeville. It's Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate.
That's right. And speaking of Elevate, Lindsay and Elijah Castelli is in with us, and I'm so excited. And thank you guys for sponsoring our show.
Yeah, absolutely.
The new offices that you have are just gorgeous. Really great. So they're on which street is that? I always get
Neal Street.
Yeah.
Neal Street.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic. So I just kind of wanted to know the story of how you kind of started your own business, Elevate Real Estate.
Sure. We, Elijah and I think, well, cut it short, basically we started dating, and he basically said, if we want to take this any further, I need a partner in real estate. And I was like, well, I'm doing my thing. And
what was your thing at the time?
my thing was being a chiropractor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes,
I did not know that.
I just wanted to help people. I saw a lot of pain. My dad had cancer, and I just wanted to get them out of pain, the people were hurting.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to help people. I'd been on cruise ships and traveled the world and just loved meeting new people, and just had great customer service and just wanted to help. And so when Elijah brought that to me, I said, I've got to pray about that. And so God got a hold of me and said, this is the person, this is the way, and this is you need to partner up. And so it was a fast forward.
Dude, Elijah, God's a heck of a wingman, ain't he? Man.
Yeah. So we just we worked together, and we were working for a precious lady, if it wasn't for Jane Wright and her family, and that was Elijah's broker that met me on the cruise ship, and she didn't tell us until we were engaged that this is the person for Elijah.
Really?
On the cruise ship. Like, how do I get this person all the way from the Caribbean, there's a British that lives in England, all the way to beautiful Cookeville, Tennessee? But God.
Yeah, really, right. So
Yes.
that is the incredible story.
That's the incredible
So Elijah did not meet you on the cruise.
No, it was his broker.
It was his
Jane
broker,
Wright.
and then
His story is amazing.
and then she talked you into it, or how?
She just, her and her family, just precious family, just said, come and visit us. You'll love it.
But the whole point was to
Yeah.
introduce you to.
Yeah, she didn't tell us until we were engaged.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how she kept it a secret.
I mean, this
Yeah.
worked out great for you, though, Elijah.
I was, 30, in my 30s, early 30s, 30, 31 when we met. And we dated we were engaged really for a full year. I went over to Britain, met Lindsay's family there, went to play Les Miserables, watched a play in London. It was like, I just felt that conviction, like, this is going to be, you're going to have to ask this lady to marry you. And I'm like, oh man, I was kind of scared. That wasn't something I was, my mom and dad, their relationship wasn't great. So that was a little nervous to me, but God.
Yeah.
And so there in London, I met her grandparents, met her mom. She came from such a great two-parent family and such a solid woman that I just knew, You know, I mean, I'd had been squinting not to have known God was putting us together. So, you know, yeah, fast forward, we started working at Elevate, worked in that office for probably Crylike. Yeah, worked in the Crylike office for Harold Cry and Lisa Cry for probably 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And just knew, you know, it's kind of time to branch out and do our own thing. And Mr. Cry had given us an opportunity to purchase the building right there on 1400 Nail Street.
Yeah.
We, again, worked out of it for 13, 14 years. And he was very kind. He said, Elijah, you could go ahead and just start your own company if you want, or you can stay with Crylike. We'd love to keep you guys on. Lindsay and I had been their top producers probably 7, 8 years in a row. Number one company in the state of Tennessee, Crylike, and we were their number one producer.
Wow.
Well, I thought that name Castelli, I knew it.
Yeah.
Now that's probably what it was. You were developed there first. You got your name out, and you did great work.
Well, and we believe in coaching. And we had signed up with Mike Ferry, who is a real estate coach in out of Las Vegas.
Noah's a baby, and he's 14 now. So
yeah. So we, you know, that when Lindsay and I first got together and we started working in real estate, we would help about 35 people either sell or buy in a full year.
That was in the average price was what,
88,000.
Yeah,
88,000. But in our world, 35 homes sold in a year, you're doing pretty good. But I just knew there was something in Lindsay and I both knew that, like, there's better than good. We can go further than that and
help more people.
It wasn't about the money. You know what I mean? Like, I helped my dad do paving and tree work. Hot summer days, we'd be standing on the asphalt and thinking, man, what am I doing out here? But I loved it. I loved helping my dad. Unfortunately, some family issues didn't allow for me to continue in that. So getting into real estate, you know, learning sales, going door to door, selling seal coat, kind of being scared if I stepped on their white cement with my sealer on my boot that they'd say, hey, you got to clean that up. So being kind of branded in understanding sales, but knew that we could go further. And so we signed up for the coaching and with Mike Ferry, and I think that was probably the game changer from us. We went from helping about 34, 35 people a year to the first year being in it, Sheila was like, have we made a mistake? We've probably sold 2 more deals than we did the year before, and we're paying $650, $1,000 a month for this coaching. Have we just been ripped off? But then I'll never forget Mike Ferry always saying, this isn't a silver bullet. This isn't a magic pill. You're going to have to stick with this 12 to 18 months, and then you'll see. So about that 12th month, 18th month, it started to go 45, 60, 100 deals. We were helping 100 people either sell or buy property a year. And Lindsay and I were tag teaming. Like, it'd be 60 hours for me, 60 hours for her. Now we have children.
Yeah.
I remember coming home on Sunday sometimes just thinking, I cannot go back out with this couple. We've already looked at 7 homes. They're not making a decision. Lindsay, can you help? I tag her, fall asleep on the couch and watch the kids, you know, run around a little bit. So we took turns doing that.
It really did take both of you.
Oh,
yeah. And hard work from both of you.
Because nothing about Lindsay and I believe in delivering below 5-star.
Not just settling.
Yeah, I mean, it's never. I just remember when I was young, you know, kind of watching the people out on the job sites and just thinking they're okay with just getting by.
Yeah.
They're okay with getting a paycheck, and that was never good for me. Like, I wanted. If you said you're going to put 2 inches of asphalt down there, you should put 2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, deliver on what you say.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond, and man, that's what.
Say what you mean what you say, and stick to it.
And especially nowadays, that's harder to find.
Oh gosh.
Do what you say.
Absolutely.
Mean what you say.
Well, that and the whole real estate business has changed so much over the past 5 years as well. So,
we've been in it since what, 2000?
I got my license at the end of December 2005, and you probably in 2007 or 8.
Oh gosh, well, the change since then's been ridiculous. But
It's been a roller coaster.
over the past 5 years, especially, you know, after COVID and everybody moving here and all that, we're going to talk to Elevate Real Estate a little bit more about them, their great story, and it's been very cool so far to hear how they met and got together. That's great, and their business too. But we'll talk about real estate. Also, want to talk about their video content, their podcast stuff that
Which
they
is
do.
phenomenal.
Very interesting. That's all on the way next here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville, brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Discover unbeatable value at Freedom Pawn, your ultimate one-stop shop. Conveniently located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta, we offer a vast selection of guns, ammo, knives, instruments, cameras, game systems, jewelry, tools, kayaks, trailers, and more. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, our expert team is here to help. We're now open on Mondays, so visit Freedom Pawn Monday through Saturday. Come see us and experience the difference. Freedom Pawn, the friendliest and cleanest pawn shop in the Upper Cumberland.
Your home, your sanctuary. This includes your outdoor haven as well as the interior of your home. Willow Window can elevate your outdoors today with elegant and innovative products from SummerSpace. From awnings and outdoor shades to porch enclosure systems, transform your porch to your favorite part of your home. SummerSpace has the perfect solution specific to your needs. Call Willow Window today for your free estimate, 931-WINDOW1.
Unlock the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here live in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 717.
And from Elevate Real Estate, we have Elijah and Lindsay Castelli. And we've been hearing about their story, starting the real estate company that you've started, Elevate Real Estate.
What was that broker's name? She needs to start a matchmaking service.
Yes.
Jane Wright.
Jane Wright.
She's a
Man.
little matchmaker.
Man, that's amazing.
If this is not a God story, I don't know what
I'm
is.
telling you what.
know. You said God was the wingman, Jane helped God.
Yeah.
Get these two together.
That's right.
So I was curious too, because you said you were a chiropractor before. Do you ever miss having that practice, or
I was going to be a chiropractor.
Okay, so you
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so then you met Elijah, and it just rocked your whole world and changed your trajectory. And now
Yeah.
you two own
Still
your own
helping.
company.
Yeah, still helping people.
Yeah.
Still taking from, the pain.
Yeah.
And, but one thing I realized, and Elijah taught me a lot, because he just doesn't do real estate.
Yeah.
He does, I think Elijah's in the business of just like healing and helping people. When he met me, it was like, what do you want to do? Where are you going? What is your growth plan?
Ooh, I love those questions. He wanted to really get behind what you wanted and needed.
He did, and I was like,
You weren't like, dude, hang on. This is
I
the
was
date.
like, I'm taking
A lot
it
of
day
people
by
are,
day.
right?
I'm taking this day by day. I'm just
Yeah. What do you mean growth plan?
Right.
I was just hoping to get a steak. Yeah.
Exactly. He's got his Zig Ziglar planner. He is a big. He's all about growth and helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And any business that I deal with, I love the folks that really want to get to know that customer. They are better business people because they care.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who I want to do business with. So I know that's what sets you guys apart.
Sheila, I'll never forget, we were with Johnny Stites.
Yes.
And he was our implementer for EOS, Entrepreneur Operations Systems. Lindsay, myself, Duke Davis, Ed Metcalf, we're in a little group meeting, and it's kind of our leadership team. And we're laying out our framework. That's what EOS is laying out framework to run a company. Again, a lot of, 80% of all small businesses will fail in the first 5 years. 76% of all real estate agents will fail in the first year.
That's scary stats.
Yeah, and it's just a reality. And it's not easy to run a company or business. If you don't have really a lot of heart and a lot of drive, you just ain't going to succeed. But I'll never forget, Lindsay and I were in that meeting, and Lindsay's just more driven than most. I don't think I've ever met anybody as driven as Lindsay. Man, she is driven. And so we come to the end of our purpose is to use real estate as a platform to encourage, influence, and inspire each other's teammates to be our very best, leaving a legacy as a team. And here's where we had this big argument, Jason. It was like, I just want to say care. I'm born in the South. We care. Lindsay's born in Britain, and they get results. And so we have this
That's a great team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is it. This is where, Duke and Ed are sitting there thinking, oh, no, what have we signed up for? The smoke's coming out. And Lindsay's just about to win. And I'll never forget Duke Davis kind of hit the button. He said, hey, guys, why can't we do both? Why can't we care and get results?
Amen.
That's great.
Right.
I
And
love
so,
that.
and we start thinking about, it's like, yeah, if you do care, you're going to get them what they're looking for.
Yes.
And if all you do is get them what they're looking for and you don't do that with a little care, something's missing.
Well, real
That's
Those
where
two work
it
hand
sets
to
you
hand.
apart these days because there's so many people that are just out for
Yeah.
the buck.
Well, and real estate's, if I mean, you guys know about it, but if you're coming, if you're buying a home, selling a home, you don't do that.
Intimidating.
You don't do that every day. There's a lot of Sheila's right. It's in
chaos.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
chaos,
And there's
so
a lot of
have-
legalities you don't
to
understand.
have that care is fantastic.
Huge.
Yeah, you don't get it everywhere.
What you're saying, Jason, is true. Average homeowner now stays in their home about 9 years. So about every 9 years, Sheila, I don't know how long you've been in your home. Jason, I don't know how long you've been in your home. But the average homeowner is going to be about 9 years. So they're doing this every 9 years. And, it's kind of like, I see it like if you're in a big rig truck and you don't put a blinker on and you just kind of quickly turn, you're going to, everything that's behind you is going to feel that. And so we want to take that and make it as smooth, like, hey, we're turning here, we're putting the blinker on. This is the way it's going to work as we walk through this.
Explaining the whole process and leading them through.
You have to be transparent now.
74% of all real estate agents sold 2 deals or less last year. They helped 2 transactions or less. 74% of all, over $1 million, over 1 million people in this industry. 74% 2 or less. So it's a hard time. Interest rates are very high, higher than they were in 2022. They jumped up 3-4% all at once. Home prices graduated in Tennessee. Home prices jumped up 70%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a homeowner in Tennessee, you got a big congratulations.
Yeah.
Well done, homeowner,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But right now, the real problem is you got too many people that aren't homeowners. You got first-time home buyers. Would y'all like to take a guess of what the age of the first-time home buyer?
Well, I imagine it's gone up quite a bit because there's
it's
no way
probably
a
older
young
than-
person could afford anything right now. So I would say probably 35.
Yeah.
Older, I think.
Yeah, and you're both right. I'm an optimist. I always err on the side of optimist. I bought my first house when I was young, but 38.
Yeah.
Really?
38. We have a young lady who started with us last year, Sierra. She graduated from Tennessee Tech with a degree in marketing. Best thing that could ever happen to her, she applied for the job at Tech to be their marketing director. She got second place, came to work with us. Her first year helped over 28 people.
Oh,
First year, 23-year-old helped over 28 people.
that's pretty amazing.
Sell or buy real estate. And Sheila, the most amazing part is, and what I'm the most, lack of a better word, proud of her for, is she bought her first home.
Oh,
And
wow.
She turned 24, so she was 23 when she came with us. She
Yeah.
turned 24. Her and Lindsay will get up and walk three days a week. She's learning from a real pro with Lindsay and still trying to get better. But I think that's what brings Lindsay and I joy, is seeing first-time home buyers who just don't know
Right.
that they can buy, just don't know that process doesn't have to be scary, that every year you're staying in a rental, you're giving away appreciation.
Yes.
Lindsay did a great teaching with our team the other day, and she showed that like on an average home of 300,000, homes appreciate nationally nearly 6%, but we figured it at 5%. And on 300,000, 5% over the course of like 3 years, I think it was like you let $45,000 just get away, not buying.
Yeah.
And so when you start to talk to people about this, they just don't know. In America, what
It
makes them,
opens their eyes, doesn't it?
they just don't
Yeah.
know. They're undereducated. And that's our fault as professionals, not helping them get in that.
Sure. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the name too. You were talking about it's more than just selling a home or buying a home.
Yeah.
You really want to know the people, and it's like you get on a next level. You elevate. So is that kind of where the name came from, or?
Absolutely, Sheila. And it's just like what we just said. With Lindsay, it ain't just seeing a 23 or 24-year-old come in and start a career. It's taking walks with them 3 days a week. It's just seeing them.
Being a mentor too.
Yes, ma'am. It's seeing them win in life. It's seeing them win in life. Like we think you can be good at one, being good in your career can make you better at all the others. But
And when you get everything in line, your
Yes,
personal and your business
Yes.
self,
Yes.
it all seems to work a little better and in harmony.
always.
Well, that's the thing with Elijah, is that he went through John Maxwell coaching, Mike Ferry coaching, and I was like, this guy never stops learning. He's always got a book in hand. And for me, it was more around people I'd learn. And so we read books a quarter. For my 40th, we went signed up for Zig Ziglar coaching, and
our planner.
we do our planner. And part of the planner, it has a wheel of life. And so Elijah basically would help us go through this wheel of life. And you want to find it?
Yeah.
And so basically, it would not just look at your personal life; it would look at every area, business, personal.
I don't know where
what
that
else?
camera
Right
is,
here,
but
right there.
that's the wheel of life.
Mental, spiritual, career, and you would line it up, and so it would say a perfect wheel turns. But if there's an area of your life where you're lacking and you're not out of 10,
You're not rolling.
you're not rolling.
You're heading to
And
Dependable Auto Sales, I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to get you a new car. You need a new vehicle. At least one wheel.
and we'll share that with you. It's amazing. And so to just look at that and reflect and have that accountability, I think that's the greatest thing about coaching is that we really wanted to not just be about real estate. That was our platform for ministry, to see people where they're at and say, okay, how can we help you?
Right.
And is it in mental? Is it spiritual? Is it emotional? For Sierra, she'd put everything into business and forgot about her personal, her physical. And so it's like, okay, let's get that back in the
Right.
in the circle. And so
It does all work
Well, I guess
in line
so.
together.
Yeah, you get
does.
you get so mono vision on
Yeah.
on one thing that you forget about.
You can burn
the
out
other
easily.
things. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Also wanted to talk about some of the stuff that you do on Facebook and YouTube, the podcast. I don't know if you call them podcasts, but what they're more of a
Name for it.
inspirational. They're super informative, and whether you're buying or selling real estate or whatever, they're not necessarily for that. Maybe they are for that, but you can use what you're talking about. Anybody can.
Yeah.
And
Life
it's just
lessons.
so interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do a great job.
And Jason, the goal with that is I keep asking Lindsay and Casey and all the ones that work with us is, do you think this is really adding any value? Because the day we don't think it is, we should just quit doing it.
No, it is.
Well, and thank you for saying that. That's always a question. Like, your time's valuable, but that's all we want to do is just add value through those videos. And Lindsay and Champion worked, and Krista Gooch worked to put together a little studio room. And so we can sit down and kind of interview agents or interview leaders in the community. And then also once a week, I like to just share a little bit. Right now I'm doing a top producer series, what it takes to be a top producer and real estate professional. I actually got the idea from Zig Ziglar in a book that he was talking about.
And he's proven, I mean, so many people.
He's timeless.
Great.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love Ziegler and Tom Ziegler and David Wright. They were coaches of ours for about a year. We love those guys. They're just really grounded, good people. But that's it. We just really, and we know that, again, being good in one area can make you great in other areas. And so we just want to use that platform to share. And I remember what it's like when I first started selling real estate. I remember what it's like showing up at listings, not knowing what to say, sweating, thinking, oh my goodness, wish this guy would quit asking questions. So you gotta get built to be a top producer.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen overnight. That's consistency over time. But once you've learned a few things, you start to notice that most people have some commonalities. And so that's what we're trying to share now, how to be a top producer, not just in real estate, but life. And then
That's
we'll
why
talk
it's
about
so
teams.
good, though, because we all can take a little bit of that, and make our lives a little better. So it's not just about real estate. It's how to make yourself the best you can. That's why the podcasts are so good.
Got Elijah and Lindsay here from Elevate Real Estate. Guys, thanks so much for being here this morning and sharing your story. And y'all are just lovely, great people. So, and thanks for sponsoring Good Morning Cookeville. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
so
You guys are doing a great work.
Well, thank you. Coming up next, we're going to learn about Red, White, and Boom. The guys who actually do the Boom pyro shows are going to be here to tell us about the fireworks, and Mr. Red, White, and Boom himself, Ricky Shelton, will be here in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. It's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Excellent.
No support from my broker, minimal commission splits, and outdated marketing tools.
Sound familiar? Accelerate your real estate career with Elevate. Experience broker support, coaching, and training on how to make your team successful, competitive commission plans, and cutting-edge marketing tools.
Join our innovative company with a proven system that compresses 3 years of business growth into just 1 year. Please call 931-520-6450. Elevate Real Estate. We help you accelerate.
Never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford Lincoln of Cookeville. For a limited time, Ford has announced employee pricing for everyone. You pay what we pay. Everyone gets employee pricing. There's never, ever, ever, ever been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now. Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLincolnofCookeville.com. See dealer for details. Some exclusions apply.
Did you know that all of our stations have some great half-price Upper Cumberland deals? You're supporting local businesses and getting great savings at the same time.
Businesses like Foglight Food House, CG's Boutique, The Exceptional Bean, Fire and Vine Restaurant and Rooftop Bar, and the Royal House of Cheese.
Visit any of the Cookeville Communications station websites for more information or to purchase a half-price gift card.
I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report. The Milwaukee Bucks waived Damian Lillard yesterday. In a corresponding move, they reached a deal with Miles Turner, who formerly played for the Pacers. The Bucks used $107 of the remaining $113 million to sign Turner to a 4-year deal. Lillard tore his Achilles and underwent surgery in May, while Turner was with the Pacers for 10 years. The Detroit Pistons agreed to a deal with Duncan Robinson on Tuesday. He signed a 3-year deal worth $48 million. Detroit traded Simone Fontecchio to complete the sign-and trade with the Heat. The Pistons ultimately signed Robinson over Malik Beasley, who is currently under FBI investigation for gambling on NBA games. The Toronto Blue Jays celebrated Canada Day yesterday, beating the Yankees 12-5, and are now just 1 game behind the Yankees in the standings. George Springer drove in a career-high 7 runs and hit his 9th grand slam of his career. The game was tied at 4 in the 7th before the Blue Jays broke it open in the bottom half. Number 2 tennis player in the world, Coco Gauff, was upset in the first round at Wimbledon by Ukrainian Diana Yastremska. Gauff became the 3rd player ever to win the French Open and lose their opening round at Wimbledon. Gauff had 29 unforced errors, including 9 double faults in the loss. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 7:33 now.
Well, Red, White, and Boom is coming up July 4th, which is Friday.
Yeah.
Friday at
Gonna be
the
a good time.
Putnam County Fairgrounds. The old, not the new.
The original.
The original.
The OG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Red, White, and Boom himself, Ricky Shelton, is in here with us.
Yeah, you have to say red, white, and boom.
Okay,
like you gotta, because it's
Red, White, and Boom.
See,
That's
I was
it.
saying it right this whole time. She's been making fun of me for saying
No, I
it
just
that
think
way.
it's funny because he loves saying the boom.
Let's have some passion.
Yeah.
Garrett Hill.
Good morning.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are
Of
you?
course, Gary's from Pyro Shows. The
No, it's Pyro Shows.
the guys who bring the boom.
Correct.
He's got a big boomier voice, though. He sounds
He
better
does.
saying it.
But every year I know it gets bigger and badder than it was the year before. So
Alan, hi, Alan.
So
Where's Alan from?
Garrett, what are some things we'll see this year in the show for Red, White, and Boom?
And you will see probably a little bit more of everything. All the
Okay.
things that you like to see, you should see a little bit more of everything. So
Okay.
if you like the noise, there'll be more noise. If you like the color, there's going to be more colors. If you like the big gold fireworks that slowly fall,
That
you'll
is
see more of
cool.
those. Yeah, that's a crowd favorite.
Yeah,
Where you go.
everybody loves that.
Everybody loves those waterfalls and the big gold fireworks. That's always a.
What's your favorite?
When the show is over with and you feel like you did a good job. And
You
you're
know-
like, I don't really even remember much about exactly parts of the show that I loved, but I know it was a good show, and now I feel good, so I'm good with it.
So the good shows
job well done
you're good
is
feeling.
that yeah, that's the chef's kiss right there.
I got you.
So what's amazing is how long it takes leading up to not only here, but what they do beforehand, deciding what's going to go into it. He can go into all that. And then they've been here since Monday. So, it'll be 5 days of being here, setting that up and doing all the things. And it's very impressive.
So 5 days to set up for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I know.
But it takes longer than 5 days to plan where it's all set up. And
Yeah.
do you sit there and sketch it out? How does this even happen?
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, to a certain extent, yes. Google Earth is kind of your friend now, and has eliminated to a certain extent some of the boots on the ground that you used to have to do. You'd always have to physically go to every single place and inspect it. But now, especially if it's a show that you've shot previously and nothing has changed, and nobody's built an apartment complex, or there's not been a stadium that started construction or something like that, then everything stays the same for the most part. But yeah, you literally will take a Google Earth image of the geographical area, and you will have to map out circles like safety distances, mark any sort of problematic areas, designate where the audience is going to be, the likely wind direction, and all that stuff has to be submitted to the state for approval.
See, there's so much things that we don't think about that's behind the scenes that really is.
That's okay too.
It's nerve-wracking though, really, when you're.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be, especially when you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say, especially at a time like the 4th of July when fireworks are so popular. So it's a hot commodity.
So I've been able to go up and see kind of what it looks like. It looks like just a bunch of boxes out there in the arena. So when do you make these boxes somewhere and then have to ship them here, or how does that work? How do you get the fireworks to Cookeville?
We refer to them as racks, which are just mortar racks, and yet we do actually make those back in our home facility in La Follette, and they will all be loaded on a truck with a forklift. In La Follette, we brought 3 trucks, and they just sort of get divided up.
Wow.
Loaded very
big box
carefully,
trucks.
right?
Yeah.
3 big box trucks full of fireworks.
Yeah. Well, one has fireworks, and the other 2 just have nothing but equipment. So, and they all get loaded on that, brought in, and then unfortunately, there's no forklift when you unload them. There's yourself.
Yeah.
And so you physically unload them all.
Now, that's a lot of work. Now, when all this equipment, obviously, you guys aren't out there with a Bic lighter lighting each one off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. How does that work?
That used to
Use
be
one of those long lighters, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, legitimately, it wasn't too many years ago that you would. I mean, he and I both have taken. You take a railroad flare and you put it at the end of a broomstick, and you tape a railroad flare that will burn for 30 minutes to the end of a broomstick.
Really?
And that was kind of the old-fashioned style of a fireworks display.
So
and it's still legal.
So when you got started in this
crazy to do
in this business, that's how you were doing it.
That's exactly how anybody would start. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So times have changed
very much.
So
very much.
What is that like now?
Now it is kind of like, it seems like anything that you do, it is electronically and digitally computer based. So it has totally changed. It's obviously extremely safe. That's the biggest advantage, is it moves you physically, because your only friend if something goes wrong is time and distance. And so if you are standing right there with a railroad flare, you have no time and you have no distance.
Yeah, it sounds real dangerous.
Yeah, it really is. And that's why we always joke, said, one thing we will never do is we will never shoot fireworks like that again. It's just, nobody ever got hurt, but it just.
So you don't miss that?
Not at all. No.
That maybe you like.
Not even a little bit, the excitement of that.
Not really, I guess.
No.
Both of them say no. Yeah.
One thing cool, if you've been to a Tennessee Vols game,
yeah,
they are They're the ones, and actually he is there. He brought me up last year. I got to go up there. If they could have scored a touchdown when I was up there, I would have been pushing the button. But Nico couldn't get a touchdown over. But anyway,
That's right. We're shut of him now.
Yeah, we're rid of him. Maybe we can't.
Screw him.
So
bring me Joey.
But they're the ones that have created this atmosphere of fireworks at UT, and now it's being replicated. Everybody, it's an arms war going across the SEC in the country.
Well, everybody copies off the Vols.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just how it is.
Something like that, we're okay with that.
Yeah,
we're okay with that.
Now,
it's definitely set the standard.
Now let's say that I just want to test your loyalty here. Let's say that Alabama calls and they want you to do the same thing at Bryant-Denny Stadium. They're willing to pay you good money to do it. Would you or would you not turn Alabama down?
If you're a business, you can't.
Oh, okay.
He won't go there, but they'll have people in Alabama that will go there.
Yeah. We would have to go and entertain the idea, and then you would have a crew.
But you charge them like double, probably.
Triple.
Yeah, probably triple. Yeah. Okay, good. That's what I
Makes
thought.
you feel better.
Yeah. I just wanted to see where we were on this. We want to make sure.
I love the fact that Ricky's like, oh, they do it real good at UT. I'm gonna bring this to Cookeville.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were coming to Cookeville before they were doing UT.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been with us. This is our 11th one. They've been with us 11
UT
years.
said they're doing it right in Cookeville.
Exactly. They're just literally the best. I mean, they do. His dad actually started the company, and so they will be doing Nashville, which is the largest in the country. And we're second only behind Nashville in the state of Tennessee, and we're one of the largest in the Southeast. So
very much so.
So you guys must have a pretty good sized crew then to be able to do Nashville and Cookeville on the same night.
Yeah, and I mean, really, all together, it's we're technically kind of a conglomerate of 4 companies, but through the week of the 4th of July, we'll shoot over 700 shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
700
is a serious thing over the 4th of July.
Do you ever keep up with how many mortars that you shoot off on a 4th of July week?
Yeah, we have those numbers. I don't know what they are offhand, but every time that somebody puts them together, we're always surprised.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be a lot, but we're still surprised. We're like, oh, I just had no idea.
To be I don't know what the proper term is, a fireworks shooter offer.
Yeah, that works.
For a job.
Yep.
Did you have
professionals?
Did you have to go? Did you have to go to like any sort of special training or school to be able to do this, or no?
You didn't used to. Used to, you could legally.
Well, no, back in the day, you were shooting them off with a broomstick, so you didn't need school
you had
for
a
that.
railroad flare, then you were qualified,
right?
which we never were a big fan of, and so we actually tried to sort of lead the Tennessee legislators into implementing a state license for pyrotechnicians. It just made sense.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to have one to cut hair. You have to have one to do so many other trades. Why should you not have to do it if you're
blowing stuff up?
Yeah, you have to have one to get married, and
have to do it right. Yeah,
right, and you can lose half your stuff in one, and
yeah, there you go. And then hopefully she didn't get the railroad flare. You
right,
can't
we can't even do anything then, right?
Yeah, you're just going to sit around and watch the fireworks not explode.
Right. Yeah.
Those women.
Yeah.
But you do have to have a state license, and we do every year. We will have a big training seminar at our home facility. And we'll bring in 200 or 300 technicians, and they will all come and sit for the weekend, and we will try to do hands-on training. The state does require continuing education just to keep your license current, but really you want to have you don't want people just to have to sit in a classroom or watch a video and check mark. You really want to have them engage and participate.
Well, I imagine hands-on would be
very much more helpful than
way
just
better
watching a video on how to.
Very interesting. Red, White, and Boom is coming up Friday. It's July the 4th. We've got all kinds of festivities. We're finding out how the boom is made this morning. So stick around with us for a little bit more. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. We'll be right back.
Elevate your space with high-quality window treatments from Willow Window. Our dedicated team crafts custom solutions featuring sleek blinds, elegant shades, custom interior and exterior shutters, and luxury drapery tailored to your style. Transform your windows into stunning focal points that enhance your home's charm. Reach out to us today for your complimentary estimate. 931-WINDOW-1.
the best of local entertainment with Hub Plus. Do you have Roku? Download the Hub Plus app today. Dive into exclusive content like Good Morning Cookeville presented by Elevate Real Estate, catch all the action with high school sports from Upper Cumberland Reporter, and stay updated with the latest weather from Upper Cumberland Weather. Plus, enjoy fantastic local shows such as The Randy Porter Show and Cookeville Lifestyles Show. Don't miss out. Download the Roku app now and start exploring.
From the Upper Cumberland Weather Studio, I'm Anthony Taylor with your Wednesday morning forecast. We're finally done with daily storm chances, at least for a little while. Skies will be mostly sunny today with highs in the mid-80s. We won't be quite as muggy as we've been lately with dew points in the 60s. Patchy fog will develop overnight with lows in the low to mid-60s. Thursday will be sunny with highs in the mid-upper 80s. Our 4th of July forecast this Friday is shaping up to be dry and hot with highs in the upper 80s to lower 90s under a sunny sky. We'll continue to see sunny skies through this weekend with highs in lower 90s. Daily chances for rain and storms will creep back into the forecast at the start of next week. Be sure you're following Upper Cumberland Weather on Facebook and X for the latest weather information.
It's 107.7 Grace FM.
And Hub Plus on your Roku app.
We'll light up the sky. And it's Red, White, and Boom on the 4th of July. And we're excited to again be the official radio partner of Red, White, and Boom, the largest event in the region and still on the largest radio stations in the region.
Did you know this is the 11th annual Red, White, and Boom? Not to mention, it's the second biggest 4th of July fireworks show in the state of Tennessee. This will be at the original Putnam County Fairgrounds on Jefferson Avenue. And this will be the biggest Red, White, and Boom ever.
Plus live music with Slippery When Wet, America's best Bon Jovi tribute band. Plus food trucks, a vendor market, the U.S. military, and family-friendly events going on as we count down to the fireworks on America's birthday.
And you can hear this year's fireworks soundtrack exclusively on your hometown favorites. 94.7, The Country Giant, and 98.5, KISS FM. And you can watch all the action on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
And don't forget, as always, it's coming up Friday, July 4th.
And we want you and your family there.
It's right here with Better Cookeville, Cookeville Communications, and 107.7 Grace FM, and on Hub Plus on your Roku app.
Happy 4th of July.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. Good morning, Cookeville. It's brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. It's 747.
We're talking about Red, White, and Boom.
Oh, you did it right, Sheila. Congratulations.
Ricky's over there. He's judging.
Yeah.
From Pyro Shows, we have Alan Russell and Garrett Hill, and they know how to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
We've been talking to Garrett, but you said Alan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alan, what's your favorite thing about your job being shooting off fireworks for your job? I mean, they don't tell you that. Your high school counselor never sat you down and was like, you can have a career in blowing stuff up.
Right. Well, this is actually my summer job. Me and Garrett went to high school together, and obviously that's how I got into it. So this is, I think, our 22nd year.
Oh, wow.
So I'm actually a high school teacher. But I have been doing this every summer since then, and just like fell in love.
So you automatically get the cool teacher thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
What grade do you teach?
I'm a high school special ed teacher.
High school special ed. Well,
great.
That's awesome, man.
But love it, and maybe if it wasn't for so much travel, I'd be a pyrotechnic. But
yeah.
I went to school to be a teacher, so here I am, and
right.
I get to do it just enough in the summertime with Garrett, and to feel the need.
Well, this is the big time for fireworks. There's not a lot of fireworks during the winter, I don't guess, except for maybe New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah, college football, because we shoot for
college football, yeah.
Yeah. That's really the main thing that we and then of course New Year's Eve. Technically, New Year's Eve is our second most popular holiday.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to the 4th of July, it's really not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
What's your favorite thing about the fireworks? Doing this as a part, because it seems like it's probably a part-time fun job for you.
I have got to do and experience a lot of things that probably most people wouldn't have been able to if it wasn't for fireworks. I mean, we've shot, NASCAR races, football games, NFL, college,
concerts at Nissan Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We shot a thing for Jessica Simpson or something when Dukes of Hazzard came out with her movie. They did a thing in Knoxville. and just that kind of stuff, and get to see and experience people. Morgan Wallen, you know, the normal Joe Blow wouldn't get to do that. So luckily, this guy calls me. He's like, "Hey, you want to work?" Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You know, get a back row pass to all this awesome stuff, and of course, when it comes to fireworks, I think I'm kind of like everybody else. The big gold ones.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part when the bagpipes hit and Amazing Grace keeps going.
Yeah.
Here it comes. I'm like, you know, chill bumps go. And,
Absolutely.
You know, after 22 years, it doesn't get old.
There's so many chill bump moments too in the shows from in the past anyway. Red, White, and Boom. You know, there's so many of those chill bump moments when you're listening to the soundtrack and the fireworks are going along with it. And you're right. There's those moments where there's a lot of ooh and ah moments, but there's also those America moments during that too.
That's one thing with Red Hot and Boom. You know, we know it's Ricky's baby, but it's kind of our baby along with him because we've all been here when it started.
Right.
And to see it grow every year, and everybody, you know, we come in every year and we're like, oh yeah, it's bigger and better. Well, it really is.
Yeah.
Which makes us as shooters much more excited too. So
How hard is it to top yourselves? Because y'all do it great every time, and then it just seems like you bring it even better the next. So that seems like that would be hard.
Typically there's one or two heated debates throughout the week on how we're going to make this better and how we're going to move it this year and make it, you know, appear a little better to the audience and stuff like that. So it's we definitely push ourselves to make it the best each year for sure.
It sounds like it'd be a cool reality show.
Yes,
100%.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes with pyro shows.
Because I now and I'm just taking a stab here. I mean, you two are probably the most normal. That's why you came to talk on the radio.
I'd say normal. No, I don't know.
You grew up with it, so
but I'm going to guess there's some nutty dudes out there who get into the fireworks business.
I mean, I think a part of you always has to be just a little.
I sense a little bit of nuttiness with Garrett.
Yeah.
When you're out there 15 hours a day trying to get this done, you get a little silly sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That'd be what a great reality show.
I would totally watch that.
And then at the end, you get to see a cool fireworks, deal. Now, is there like fireworks conventions that you guys go to? I mean, is there like through the state or through the nation? Do y'all all get together at some point through the year and talk about new things, different things, or how does that work?
So there's the American Pyrotechnics Association, the APA, which is kind of the one organization that pyrotechnic companies tend to want to belong to because they are the ones that sort of lead the front on any sort of government restrictions or changes or laws that may affect the pyrotechnic industry. They are the ones that obviously fight for the best interest of our companies, and they do have two events. I think it's September and February maybe. They sort of vary throughout the United States, and last year it was actually in Nashville, so we got to go be a part of the big display that they do every time they have a convention somewhere. So
did you show everybody else how to do it?
Well,
y'all are better than all those others.
we certainly are biased to a certain extent, but
Tennessee.
When you bring some of these other people in, not just from the United States, but from other parts of the world, it's really cool. It's really cool, man. They are doing some really cool stuff too.
Whenever I see you'll see a YouTube video of something that they've done in China, and you're like, holy cow, how does that even work?
How's it even legal? It's probably not, but it looks awesome.
But
it's unbelievable.
It's probably not legal here in America, but it looks awesome in China.
It does. It looks fantastic. It's great on video.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. I don't know that I want to do it, but that's really cool video.
You know, if it looks great on video, how would it be in person?
Video's great of fireworks. It never measures up to seeing fireworks live, ever.
That's true.
Ever.
You don't get the sound. You don't get the thump in your chest.
Yes.
It's just totally different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a football game. It's
kind of,
different.
yeah.
The environment, the atmosphere.
I mean, it's still fine on TV, but it's way better.
Sure.
Way better in person.
Totally.
So this year, Red, White, and Boom again. This is the 11th year for Red, White, and Boom. Y'all been doing the fireworks this whole time, and just a great job. Bigger and better than it's ever been this year. And the music is synchronized through the computer, right? Is that how that works?
We make the music ahead of time, and then all the fireworks on a computer are matched up with each song. So as long as you can hear the music, then you should be seeing fireworks that match along with the music.
Well, you can hear it on 98.5 KISS FM. 94.7 the Country Giant, so they'll be able to hear that from Kentucky to Georgia.
From sea to shining
From
sea.
sea to yeah, well, from lake to shining lake, we'll say. And and then of course on 106.1 the Eagle, you'll be able to hear it on either of those, all three of those stations. So you can listen, and it syncs up with the fireworks, so it makes really cool scenes. And making those scenes and getting those to fire off on time. Is there a practice round? I mean, can you like do a practice round beforehand?
That's a lot of money to practice with.
Great.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like a simulation or something.
It is. Initially, you do sort of basically create a simulation of the exact show.
Mhm.
Now, of course, a simulation and then what actually happens sometimes can vary.
Sure.
They're always going to vary to a certain extent, but it seems like that as technology continues to advance, the simulation and what you actually see are becoming much more similar, which is really impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all has to do too with which way the wind's blowing and what the weather's like. Even the humidity matters, right?
Big factor in whether you're going to get smoke that sits or smoke that doesn't even really come to be, or hopefully you get a little bit of a breeze and smoke just sort of stays out of the way.
Yeah, I like the smoke. I think sometimes it makes
an atmosphere.
Sometimes it makes the fireworks look cooler.
It does.
It's like it
them
makes
look
a
little bit
glow a
brighter.
little bit or
It does.
something.
It makes them look a little bit brighter. You just want the smoke to sort of dissipate every so often. That way you can see what's coming next.
When watching fireworks, I know a lot of people try to get as close as possible, but that's not always the best vantage point. So, and there's by doing it where at the original fairgrounds, there's so many places all around that you can watch the fireworks. Sometimes, like with you guys, those big fireworks, they're better if you're a little bit further away.
I totally agree. Yeah, the closer you are, usually the more straight up.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be doing that, and that's just not comfortable for 20 minutes. You don't want to be doing that for 20 minutes.
I tell you, the feeling is unreal the closer you are, because you talk about that thump in your chest.
Yep.
That's something else. That's a whole other deal.
And then there are people that have said, I think I may have been a little too close, because then there were parts of the show that got a little more intense, and I wanted, like I just had some sort of human nature drive to pull me. I need to get some distance here. Like, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable.
Well, I got to experience it. I think it was maybe 3 years ago. I got to experience it from behind the stage. So I was just right behind the stage, right where you're shooting them off. Yeah. But it was so cool to watch them actually shoot off. I'd never seen that before. Right. But man, the sound would just knock you back a little bit. It was one of the loudest things I've ever been a part of.
And of course, everything is at the old fairgrounds, at least in the Bull Arena. So you've got the grandstands on each side that sort of keep the sound in initially.
Yeah.
Of course, once they get above that, then it's all. But yeah, the coof coming out of the mortar is something you don't really even think about. You just think about the break. You don't think about how it actually gets there.
It was neat though. It was neat.
Oh, yeah.
Neat watching. It was kind of like watching a football game and just watching the offensive line.
Right.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
Something that you normally don't pay attention to.
How far up in the sky will these things go?
The 6-inch shells, a properly functioning, and I would say some of the more popular effects should climb to somewhere between 500 to 600 feet high.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Red, White, and Boom coming up July the 4th. As always, it's a Friday at the original fairgrounds. Got music starting with Cousin, then Slippery When Wet, the ultimate Bon Jovi tribute band. Then right after that, here comes the Boom. It's going to be so much fun. Guys, thanks so much for spending time with us this morning and answering all very ridiculous fireworks questions.
Right, that's all good. We appreciate it. Thank you.
It's tomorrow, Sheila. Who we got on the show?
Battalion Chief of Cookeville Fire Department, James Klaus, will be in with us. And from Burkesville, Kentucky, the Hauler, Jamie Jenkins, who owns the RV campground. They're going to have a special concert coming up.
That's a nice place. Yeah, Eddie Montgomery's coming.
Yeah. That's actually in August.
Yeah.
So it's Addison Johnson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they've got multiple shows coming up then. Okay.
They've got some great things.
That's all tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. Good Morning Cookeville is brought to you by Elevate Real Estate. Have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye now.